Hey twin, thanks for clicking on this video. Stopping in to have a chat with me. I was taking a rest past few days and just focusing on having fun with the kids. And they're both home from school today. My eldest has a middle ear infection, which he took antibiotics for last month, but he needed the drops as well, so we're doing that. And then my youngest, we went to ER yesterday for 6 hours because I guess Kaiser's on strike, so all the other hospitals are picking up the extra patients. And but you know, he got a head injury at school last week when he was at his dad's, and this is like the second time in the past 2 or 3 months that he got a head injury at school. And then the last time I took him to ER, they gave him a CAT scan. They said he was okay. And then yesterday, he insisted on going back because on Monday, they had the day off. So we went hiking in Shabaram Park, which was really fun. And then we went to a park by our house to hang out for a little while and throw a football around. But it was at night, and my youngest, he was at first a little scared of the ball, and but he did end up catching it, and so you know, he got more confidence after that. But at one point they were horseplaying a little. My eldest picks up my youngest and kind of like swings him on his back, but they ended up colliding at the backs of the heads. And when my youngest got down, he kind of like crumpled to the ground. So we just gave him some care. He has a little bump on the back of his head, but he went to school yesterday and he said he felt nauseous after lunch or snack. And then he ended up vomiting a little, so the school called me and I went and picked him up. And I spent about an hour at urgent care for my eldest, and then for whatever reason, they have the same pediatrician, but the healthcare provider assigned them different medical groups. So the urgent care that only sees my youngest, they always take at least 2 hours because they're also like for work-related injuries and things like that. And they close at 7. It was already 6. I knew they weren't gonna see him, so he's like, can we go to emergency? I was like, okay. So we went, found out lots of extra people there. Oh man. And we were seen pretty quickly by a physician's assistant. And my youngest was like, I want a CAT scan. He's like, no CAT scan, you're fine. Like, he checked his vision. And he checked the bump on the back of his head, which was real tender. He's like, just keep an eye on him. He can stay home. And if he gets worse, come back. So I was like, okay. So we didn't get home till like 12:30 in the morning. And now I'm off doing laundry and decided to just hop on and have a chat while I walk to the post office to drop off some items that people have purchased, and I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful to be there for my kids and be the mom that they need. For too long, I've let others, be that for them, and it's just so lovely how we live in a friendly universe that always has our backs. And I'm able to be supported and sustained to be there for my kids. I'm gonna head into the post office. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it's something that I've noticed too. Like, I've been learning a lot about birds because when you study birds, when you recognize their energy, their activity, the signs that they're giving you. I mean, yes, everything is within us. We have all the answers. We are the source of everything. You're the source of everything, twin. But it's like, since everything is us pushed out, and this is all a projection, okay? Everything is a projection. Don't even, like, this whole physical paradigm is a reflection of the goings on in the upper realms, the goings on on the other side of the veil, right? But watching the birds and animals in general, but paying attention to birds gives you a leg up. It gives you, because they're the ones that are going to be the first to alert you and give you heads up about things that are going on. I remember when I was much younger, I can't remember if it was a book. I think it was a book I was reading where, I think it was the San Francisco earthquake, the real big one, and how the protagonist in there, or the main character in there, was talking about how they noticed that the birds were very uneasy and just, chirping and everything, as well as the dogs, that the dogs were barking, they were very restless. And that is because, they feel the vibration, they feel the energy, they feel the frequency changing. And the power that you gain from recognizing and acknowledging what the animals are trying to tell you. You're basically just, you step into that oneness. You step into that being, because, they're all just extensions of you. Something I learned about the cuckoo bird is cuckoo birds will lay their eggs in another bird's nest for the other bird to take care of their nestlings. And when the nestling hatches, the cuckoo nestling, it will immediately push the other nestlings out or the other eggs out of the nest so that the host parents will focus on the cuckoo bird and raise it to thrive. And that's really fucked up. Like, honestly, I don't know what purpose the cuckoo bird serves except to show us how crazy it is to be so self-serving, and how crazy it is to not take responsibility for your actions. And I mean, I did see a pigeon trying to nest with owls, and it laid its egg in there, but the pigeon had to leave because the owls were not, the father owl, he was just like, what the heck? He didn't really do anything. He was just feeding the owlets. But when the mother owl came in, she was not having it. She fought the pigeon out of there. Because even though the pigeon was no threat to the owlets, he's still like, hey, birds are extremely territorial. All animals are, really, but birds especially. I have 2 hummingbird feeders outside my house because when I had first put up the hummingbird feeder when I first moved in, I saw how they would fight. And then I was like, okay, this year I'll put 2 up. They fight even more. They are fighting even more. Like, it's just so funny. And I tell them, I'm like, guys, there's more than enough. There's 8 feeders, 8 places where you all can feed. But they're coming back from migration. They're nesting, so they're extra aggressive, I guess you could say. And hummingbirds use so much energy to thrive, to exist. So they require an extreme amount of sustenance, even for being so tiny. But it's just, don't misjudge them by their size, because they will not hesitate to attack. They don't care. They don't care what it is, who it is. If they feel threatened or they want to protect their nest, they're gonna attack. And that's another thing, is like with crows and ravens and corvids, they hold grudges for generations. They never forget, really. Like they say elephants don't forget. That's because elephants don't forget how they're raised, what conditions they're raised under, and that's how they move throughout their lives. But with corvids, they don't forget a thing. And it's just like, for humans, there's all of this, oh, forgive and forget, you gotta release so you can move forward. It's like, and pick your battles, right? But that's what the animals show us as well. The discernment of when to let things go and when to take action. And courage is the frequency, is the feeling that shifts you into the upper vibrations. It shifts you into the upper frequencies so that it's like courage, and I think neutrality is like right above it. But having a baseline of courage, having a baseline of neutrality, it's so much easier to elevate. It's so much easier to ascend into vibrations that shift you into your higher paradigms, into your desired realities. It shifts you above the egregores. So it was just something that I've been seeing recently, wanted to share. And I'd really love to hear your thoughts below, Twin. I'd really love to start conversation. I mean, I read every comment. I respond to everyone because that's why we're here. We're here to co-create. We're here to not pull each other up, but basically offer a hand to one another to elevate. And it's just up to each of us whether we want to accept or reject. So I'm gonna head in and finish up my laundry. But I'll see you soon, okay? Take care. I love you.